Good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
The syllabus for second test. Second internal assessment is the remaining portion. In first test, we had our non-inverting amplifier up to non-inverting amplifier. After that, summing amplifier, then multi-stage amplifier, and comparators, integrator, differentiator. So all op-amp portion, remaining op-amp portion. After that, this sinusoidal oscillators. So within 2 lectures, we will finish our syllabus. So all the remaining portion will be for second internal test. Okay. I think all the notes are uploaded. Sinusoidal का भी डाला है ना?
Yes, ma'am.
So notes are with you, and hope you have attended the lectures. So there must be not any problem for you to understand any mechanism or working principle and all. So last lecture we have seen the this Barkhausen criteria, which is nothing but MV AV equal to 1, where MV is the feedback fraction, AV is the gain without feedback. So AV and MV, their this one product should be 1. For example, in this case, AV equal to 100, MV equal to 0.01. So their product will be 1. Right? So this, when this condition is satisfied or met, the circuit which is shown in this figure will oscillate and it will work as oscillator. So you can see here there is no input. Without any input, the oscillation starts and it will be sustained. It will give you constant amplitude if proper care is to taken. Last time we have seen the 3 conditions that are needed. The feedback fraction must be in phase with this input of this amplifier, right? We are using transistor amplifier here, which will provide us 180-degree phase shift, and another way 180-degree phase shift will be provided with this feedback by this feedback network. So total 360-degree phase shift will be there, and this circuit will act as oscillator, and it will give you sine wave. Okay. So we will see the types. We have now we will turn to the types, different types of transistor oscillators. First type is Colpitts. We don't have tune collector and crystal oscillator. In your syllabus, only Colpitts, Hartley, phase shift and Wien bridge. These four are there. So we will see one by one. Of these Colpitts and Hartley, these are LC oscillator. As the name suggests, they use L and C in the tank circuit for producing oscillations, inductance and capacitance. And whereas this phase shift and Wien bridge, they use RC network. So R and C, these are the resistor and capacitance. These are the producing these oscillation producing networks, either parallel or in series, that we will see when we see the circuit and their operation of this phase shift and Wien bridge oscillator. Now let us first see the Colpitts oscillator. This is tune collector. Don't do this. This is Colpitts oscillator. Syllabus is also uploaded. You can refer that. So Colpitts oscillator, the circuit is like this. This one is the circuit. If you see here, the block diagram of oscillator is transistor amplifier. Okay, so this transistor amplifier is this circuit from here to here. This is coupling capacitor. Okay, CC. So this is the block which provides 180-degree phase shift, transistor amplifier. You have already studied it in unit 2, na? Sandeep sir's unit, right? The working of transistor amplifier. Instead of this choke, that is coil, there is a resistor here in your original circuit. R1, R2 are the biasing. It provides voltage divider biasing circuit, right, to this transistor amplifier. This is emitter bypass capacitor, emitter resistor. This will provide negative feedback. So transistor amplifier provides negative feedback. So it is 180-degree phase shift, right? Now part of this output is taken and given to the input through a feedback network, which will provide another 180-degree phase shift, right? This way. So this is that feedback network. In feedback network, we have 2 capacitors and 1 inductance. So we can write or draw like this. These are 2 capacitors. You can see here one terminal of each capacitor, it is connected to ground. This is ground symbol. This one is ground symbol. So this is that ground. Another capacitor C2. And this is L, inductance. So this circuit will provide you the feedback. Output is taken here to the one terminal. So if it is C2, this is C1. You can draw like this also. Across C1, there will be output. Across C2, there will be feedback. There must be some circuit like this. Across C1, there is V out. Across C2, there is feedback voltage, VF. Right? So you can write, draw like this, or C1, C2 like this. If C2 is here, then it is feedback voltage. Across this, feedback voltage. Across this, we are taking output voltage, V out. Across C1, this will be plus minus, and this will be plus minus, plus to plus, and this will be minus plus. So if you see across C2, minus plus polarity is there. Across C1, plus minus polarity is there. That means there is phase shift of 180-degree here. So this phase shift of 180 degrees provided by this feedback network. Another phase shift by transistor amplifier. So total will be 360-degree, and this circuit will oscillate to give you sine wave. Okay, so output will be across this C1. So your circuit diagram will show you. This is the circuit diagram. So here output will be provided at this terminal across C1. Okay. This RF choke means coil. So RF coil, radio frequency coil, is used to avoid this VCC, to avoid the AC signal, because this will provide AC signal. So this will oppose the AC signal to reach to the supply. So pure DC is there because supply voltage is DC. So to isolate this DC from AC, we are using here, instead of resistor, RF choke. That is the function of this coil, because coil has the speciality that it opposes the change in current. So this is change in current, right? With respect to time, it changes, AC changes. So that is avoided, that is restricted to mix with this DC. Okay. So pure biasing will be there to the transistor amplifier, and why biasing is needed and what all that you have studied in second unit. Okay. So for proper operation of transistor, biasing is needed, and this RF choke has the function to avoid the mixing of or to separate the DC from the AC. Okay. What is the function of C2? C1, C2, they will provide 180-degree phase shift, and thus your circuit will oscillate to produce sine waveform at the output. Okay, and these oscillations are not damped oscillations. These are damped oscillation, but we are getting sustained oscillation like this, constant amplitude. These are called as sustained oscillations. Without any loss in the circuit, we will get constant amplitude AC waveform. So this is the working of our Colpitts oscillator. Now there is formula for frequency of this sine waveform, which will be provided here at the output, which will be generated at the output. What is the frequency formula? 1/2 pi root LC, where it is CT. That means total capacitance, because there are two capacitors. Instead of one, there are two. So we have to take their total capacitance. Now they are in series. C1 and C2, they are in series. So CT, that is total capacitance, is given by, this is the formula for series capacitance, 1/C1 plus 1/C2. To calculate total capacitance, we have to take their reciprocal and add. Therefore, solve this, you will get LCM C1 C2, in numerator C1 plus C2, and this is 1/CT. So if we want total capacitor, take the reciprocal. तो दोनों साइड का रेसिप्रोकल ले लो तो क्या आएगा? C1 C2 divided by C1 plus C2. So CT equal to C1 C2 plus upon C1 plus C2. So if you know inductance, this is coil, not this coil, this coil, and C1 and C2 value, you can calculate CT, substitute L and CT here, we will get frequency of oscillation of this sine wave. Okay, so based on that, we will solve a problem. More problem I will upload on Google Classroom. Now feedback fraction is also we have to calculate. Feedback fraction कैसे लिखते हैं? Feedback fraction MV is given by the voltage, feedback voltage divided by the output voltage. Now feedback voltage VF is the voltage across which capacitor? VF हमने देखा ये कौन से कैपेसिटर के अक्रॉस है? C2. Okay, so voltage मतलब क्या? Voltage is product of current and current and resistance, right? Now it is capacitor. Capacitor का होता है resistance कौन सा होता है? XC. XC मतलब क्या? Capacitive reactance. Capacitive reactance is the resistance in capacitance. Similarly, inductance को भी resistance होता है, that is called as XL. Inductive reactance. This must you must have studied this in first year only. Capacitive reactance, inductive reactance, resonance condition, and all. Right? So we can write voltage, feedback voltage across C2 as I, that is current flowing through, into X2. Now this complete circuit is like this. They are all in series. So same current will flow like this. Okay. So we can write I into XC2 for VF. What is output voltage? Output voltage is across C1. So that will be current into resistance. Resistance across C1 will be XC1. Okay. So substitute here VF upon V out. VF is I into XC2. V out is I into XC1. I will be cancelled. Current is same. So what will remain is XC2 upon XC1. Capacitive reactance for C2 capacitance and capacitive reactance for C1 capacitance. Right? Now XC2 is capacitive reactance. It is given by, what is the formula? XC किसी को याद है कैपेसिटिव रिएक्टेंस का फॉर्मूला क्या होता है? J अपॉन ओमेगा C कुछ पढ़ा था. C मतलब कैपेसिटर है. Now which capacitance we are using? C2. So omega C2. Omega is what? Angular frequency. Angular frequency is given by, yes, 2 pi f. F is the natural frequency. Right? So 2 pi f C2. Right? Similarly, XC1 कैसे हम डिफाइन करेंगे? J upon omega C1. J is for complex number, है ना? IJ we use. Then 2 pi f C1. So XT2 no, you know, XC1 you know. So you can substitute here. XC2 कितना है? J upon 2 pi FC2 divided by J upon 2 pi FC1. Right? अभी इसमें से ये 2 pi कैंसिल हो जाएगा, F भी कैंसिल हो जाएगा. Now the J भी कैंसिल हो जाएगा. What will remain? 1 upon C2 divided by 1 upon C1. तो ये न्यूमरेटर डिनोमिनेटर क्या हो जाएगा? न्यूमरेटर में जाएगा. So that will become C1 upon C2. So this is your final equation, C1 upon C2. So feedback fraction is calculated by the two voltages VF upon Vout. Okay. So that is given by C1 upon C2. This is our formula. So we have to use two formula. एक तो frequency का formula है F equal to 1 upon 2 pi root LCT, where CT equal to C1 C2 upon C1 plus C2. Okay. And second formula is feedback fraction, C1 upon C2. Okay. So we will solve problem now. Determine the operating frequency, that is F, and feedback fraction for Colpitts oscillator shown in figure 14.12. 14.12 नीचे है. कहाँ गया डायग्राम? Okay, this is the diagram 14.12. Now what is the desired frequency? What is the formula for frequency? F equal to 1 upon 2 pi root LCT, total capacitance, where CT equal to C1 C2 upon C1 plus C2. So we have to calculate first CT and then substitute here. Okay, so पहला quantity is F, frequency. Now what is the value of C1? 0.001 microfarad. C2 0.01 microfarad. Okay, where C1 equal to 0.001 microfarad. Micro means 10 raised to power minus 6, right? तो आपको क्या करना है, इसको 10 raised to power minus 6 है और ये 0.001 है, मतलब कितना 10 raised to power minus 3 है ना, इंटू 10 raised to power minus 6. तो ये कितने हो गए 10 raised to power minus 9 farad. Why I am doing this? Because it will make my calculation easy. Okay, so express हमें जब तक possible है, we can express it into 10 to the power. So it is very easy to deal with the 10 to the power quantity. Okay, similarly C2 को भी आप कर सकते हैं. So 0.101 microfarad. So 10 raised to power minus 2, 0.01 मतलब, and micro means minus 6. So you can write 10 to the power minus 8. Okay. अभी यहाँ पर आपको टोटल निकालना है CT. C1 C2 है, दोनों का प्रोडक्ट ले लो. 10 raised to power minus 9, 10 raised to power minus 8 divided by C1 plus C2. अभी एडिशन है दोनों का. If there is addition, we cannot add as such both quantities till their powers are same, right? पावर्स अगर सेम होंगे तो इसमें से आप कॉमन निकाल सकते हैं, देन रिमेनिंग क्वांटिटी को ऐड कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, तो ये कितना हो जाएगा 10 raised to power 9 plus 8 is 17 minus 17. और यहाँ से मैं अगर I will express this 10 raised to power, I will split 10 raised to power minus 1 और 10 raised to power minus 8, ऐसा करूंगी इसको, plus 10 to the power minus 8. Now I can take 10 to the power minus 8 common. तो यहाँ कितना बचा है 10 to the power minus 1 means what 0.1. Okay, now for calculation purpose I have to write here 0.1 plus यहाँ 1 बचेगा क्योंकि मैं कॉमन ले रही हूँ. What I am taking common 10 to the power minus 8. तो 1.1 हो जाएगा. 1 upon 1.1 अभी ये कैलकुलेट करना है. कैन एनीबडी कैलकुलेट? और ये हो जाएगा minus 17 और ये ऊपर जाके प्लस हो जाएगा plus 8. बताओ कितना आएगा? वन अपॉन 1.1 कितना आता है? 0.9 कुछ आएगा. Can anybody tell? शिवम?
0.9090.
0.909 ऐसा? Is it right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Into 10 raised to power कितना माइनस कितना आ रहा है 9. और ये क्या होगा फैरेड. तो CT की वैल्यू इतनी आई. अभी आपको यहाँ सब्स्टिट्यूट करना है. सो F इक्वल टू 1 अपॉन 2 इंटू 3.14 2 पाई अंडर रूट L. L कितना है इधर है 15 माइक्रोफैराड हेनरी. 15 इंटू 10 raised to power minus 6 माइक्रो मीन्स 10 raised to power minus 6. ये आपको कैलकुलेशन में लेना है, अदरवाइज आंसर विल बी रॉन्ग. अभी CT कितना आया 0.909 इंटू 10 raised to power minus 9. इसको हम ऐड कर देंगे. -9 minus 6 कितना हो गया -15, राइट. और 15 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 0.909 करो. 15 मल्टीप्लाई बाय
13.365.
13.365. अभी 10⁻⁻15 को एज सच वी कैन नॉट टेक आउट. स्क्वायर रूट लेने के लिए इसको इवन नंबर करना पड़ेगा. 10⁻⁻14 करते हैं. ठीक है, तो 10⁻⁻14 यहाँ करेंगे तो
Ma'am,
एक
365 is 635.
कितना
13.635.
635. अच्छा, 635. ओके, थैंक यू. अभी इसमें से एक 10⁻⁻1 इसमें एब्सॉर्ब करो, राइट. तो वो हो जाएगा 1.3635, राइट. और उसका स्क्वायर रूट ले लो. 1.3635 का स्क्वायर रूट. और मैंने बाहर निकाल लिया 10⁻⁻7 आ जाएगा, क्योंकि ये 14 का स्क्वायर रूट लिया. 10⁻⁻14 स्क्वायर रूट विल बी 10⁻⁻7. कितना बचा अभी देखो, ये कैलकुलेट करो, फिर मल्टीप्लाई बाय 6.28 करो, जो भी स्क्वायर रूट आता है, और फिर 1/that प्रोडक्ट करो. सब गया. गड़बड़ हो गया. आपने लिखा होगा, बताओ कितना आ रहा है. एफ 1 कितना आया था 6.28 अंडर रूट ऑफ 1.3 कितना था.
3635.
हाँ, इंटू 10⁻⁻7 ऐसा था. ये कैलकुलेट करो, इतना हर्ट्स आना चाहिए. ये 10⁻⁻7 ऊपर जाके प्लस हो जाएगा. और इसका क्या आता है बताओ.
0.1364.
0.1364 और इंटू 10⁻7 है ना,
Yes,
हर्ट्ज.
ma'am.
सो अभी क्या करना है, इसमें से हम 4 डिजिट इसमें एडजस्ट कर लेंगे. तो कितना आएगा 1364 इंटू 10⁻3 हर्ट्ज. तो इसको आप लिख सकते हैं किलो हर्ट्ज, राइट. So frequency will be 1364 kilohertz. Now next quantity, second quantity, feedback fraction is asked. So MV equal to C2 upon C1, that is the formula. C2 की वैल्यू कितनी है 0.01 माइक्रोफेरेड डिवाइडेड बाय C1 0.001 माइक्रोफेरेड. ये तो कट जाएगा. नाउ 10 टू द पावर ये कितना है -2 और ये कितना है 10 टू द पावर -3. 0.001 मीन्स 10 टू द पावर -3. तो बचेगा, ये 2 कट जाएंगे, यहाँ से 2 कट जाएंगे, बचेगा 1 टू द पावर 10 रेज़ टू पावर -1 ऊपर जाके 10 टू द पावर 1 दैट मीन्स 10. तो फीडबैक फ्रैक्शन कितना आया 10. कुछ गड़बड़ है?
No, ma'am.
सही है ना. C2 अपॉन C1 है कि अच्छा C1 अपॉन C2 है. सी इसलिए गड़बड़ हो गया, बिकॉज फीडबैक फ्रैक्शन इज इन पॉइंट. C1 अपॉन C2 है ना फॉर्मूला, उल्टा हो गया ये. तो ये 1/10 आएगा, है ना. 1/10 मीन्स 0.1. C1 अपॉन C2. C1 कितना है 0.00, microfarad will be cancelled. So 10 raised to power minus 3, 10 raised to power minus 2, that means 0.1, right? तो ये दो क्वांटिटी पूछे थे. Now second problem is different problem. Formula is same, but that is the design problem. यहाँ C1 C2 दिया है, यहाँ हमें कैलकुलेट करना है, डिजाइन करना है. What is given? Frequency is given and feedback fraction is given. Now we have to design such that C1 C2 आपको निकालनी है, so that it will give you sustained oscillations. So see how it is solved. 1 millihenry inductance is given. So L equal to 1 into 10 raised to power minus 3 Henry, millihenry. That is the value of inductance given. Choose the capacitor values C1 and C2 in a Colpitts oscillator, so such that F equal to 1 megahertz and MV equal to 0.25, right? तो MV आपको दिया है 0.25, formula लिखा C1 upon C2. These are unknown quantities. There are two unknown quantities, C1 and C2. Formula में आपने पहले रखा and you have taken out the relation between C2 and C1 by using this feedback fraction. 0.25 equal to C1 upon C2. So C2 equal to, ये इधर लेके गए क्रॉस मल्टीप्लीकेशन, and 0.25 नीचे लाया, तो 1 upon 0.25 is 4. So 4 into C1, ये सही है. Now frequency is given 1 upon 2 pi root of LCT, right? तो हमें CT निकालना है. So CT will be, I will solve here only. F equal to 1 upon 2 pi root LCT. अगर इस फॉर्मूला से मुझे CT निकालना है, we have to take this CT to left hand side. So what we can do? We have to remove this square root. How to remove square root? By taking square. So squaring on both sides. Squaring both sides. What we get? F square. 1 का square 1 ही होता है. 2 pi का square 4 pi square. And square root will be cancelled out with square, है ना? ये square root निकल जाएगा. Only L into CT. Square किया हमने. Now take this CT to left hand side, this F square to right hand side, cross multiplication. So CT का formula क्या आएगा? 1 upon 4 pi square L into F square. F square इधर आएगा, L इधर है ही, CT उस साइड लिखेंगे, राइट? अभी इसमें सब्स्टिट्यूट करना है. तो यहाँ ये देखो, इन्होंने 2 पाई F को वैसा ही रखा है. अगर इसका स्क्वायर करेंगे तो वैसा ही आएगा, 4 पाई स्क्वायर F स्क्वायर. और L कितना दिया है? 1 मिली हेनरी. ये वो सब्स्टिट्यूट किया. तो सब्स्टिट्यूट नाउ हियर CT इक्वल टू 1 अपॉन 4 इंटू पाई स्क्वायर मतलब 3.14 का स्क्वायर, एंड L इज गिवन एज 1 इंटू 10 रेज़ टू पावर माइनस 3 हेनरी. और F कितना दिया है? मेगा हर्ट्ज. 1 इंटू 10 रेज़ टू पावर 6 का स्क्वायर, मेगा हर्ट्ज का स्क्वायर. इसको कैलकुलेट करो, कितना आना चाहिए? 25.3 इंटू 10 रेज़ टू पावर माइनस 12, बिकॉज ये 10 रेज़ टू पावर 6 इंटू 2 12 हो जाएगा. ऊपर लेके उसको माइनस 12 करेंगे तो ये हो जाएगा पिकोफैरेड, है ना? अभी 4, ये 10 रेज़ टू पावर माइनस 3 है, मैं ऊपर जाके इसको 1000 करती हूँ, है ना? प्लस हो जाएगा. और डिवाइडेड बाय 3.14 का स्क्वायर मल्टीप्लाई बाय 4, वो कितना आता है देखो? 3.14 का स्क्वायर मल्टीप्लाई बाय 4, कितना आ रहा है? आया किसी का? 3.14 का स्क्वायर मल्टीप्लाई बाय 4।
39
हाँ, आगे
0.4384
अभी 1000 डिवाइडेड बाय 39.43 और 44 करो, इसको राउंड अप कर देते हैं। 39.44 1000 डिवाइडेड बाय 39.44। आ रहा है क्या 25.3 अराउंड?
25.35
हाँ ठीक है। सो 25.35 और 10⁻⁻12 का पिको फैरेड। ओके, पिको होता है, तो पिको फैरेड विल बी ए वैल्यू ऑफ सीटी। वंस यू गेट सीटी और आपके पास ये इक्वेशन है C1 C2 अपॉन C1 प्लस C2, बिकॉज सीटी का फॉर्मूला क्या है, ये है ना, C1 C2 अपॉन C1 प्लस C2। तो यहाँ पे ये सब्सटीट्यूट करो। तो 25.35 पिकोफैरेड इक्वल टू C1 C2 अपॉन C1 प्लस C2। अभी इसको थोड़ा सॉल्व कैसे करना है, यू कैन सब्सटीट्यूट C2 इक्वल टू 4C1। ओके, यहाँ पे तो इसके लिए थोड़ा सिंप्लीफाई कैसे करना है, टेक दिस C1 टू डिनोमिनेटर, क्योंकि न्यूमरेटर मतलब क्या होता है, डिनोमिनेटर डिनोमिनेटर। तो आप ऐसा लिख सकते हैं C2 और ये टेक दिस C1 टू इट्स डिनोमिनेटर, C1 प्लस C2 डिवाइडेड बाय C1। ओके, अभी इसको सॉल्व करना है, तो C1 प्लस C2 डिवाइडेड बाय C1 सेपरेट करो, C1 बाय C1 प्लस C2 बाय C1, है ना। और ऊपर हम C2 की वैल्यू लिख सकते हैं 4C1। और इधर ही लिखना है आपको, C2 एज इट इज रखो, C1 प्लस इसको सॉल्व करोगे तो आएगा 1 प्लस C2 अपॉन C1। एक मिनट में इसको क्लियर कर देती हूँ। तो ये हमारा लास्ट वाला स्टेप था, C2 अपॉन C1 प्लस C2 अपॉन C1। अभी इसे सॉल्व करना है, C2 एज इट इज, C1 बाय C1 इज 1 प्लस C2 बाय C1। अभी C2 की वैल्यू आप रख सकते हैं ये 4C1, 1 प्लस 4C1 अपॉन C1, है ना। हम क्यों ऐसा कर रहे हैं, बिकॉज देर आर टू वेरिएबल्स, उसको आप एक में रिड्यूस कर रहे हैं, राइट। दोनों दोनों वेरिएबल अननोन है तो हम नहीं निकाल सकते ना, बट वी हैव दिस कंडीशन बिकॉज C2 इज 4 टाइम्स C1, वो हम यूज कर सकते हैं, है ना। नाउ इट इज कैंसल, so what will remain is C2 upon 1 plus 4 equal to 25.35 picofarad, right. So 1 plus 4 will be 5, So C2 upon 5 into 25.35 picofarad. Therefore, C2 equal to 5 into 25.35 picofarad. तो इसको सॉल्व करके कितना आ रहा है 126.5 पिकोफैरेड. कंफर्म इट, चेक कर लो एक बार, ये इतना ही आ रहा है 126.5.
126.75 आ रहा है मैम.
75 आ रहा है बिकॉज हमने ये 5 भी लिया ना आगे का, इसलिए आ रहा होगा. चलेगा, ये 5 भी लिया ना, उनके इसमें नहीं है, आगे का 5 लिया नहीं है, इसलिए वो थोड़ा डिफरेंस आ रहा है. ठीक है. नाउ कैलकुलेट C1. ये रिलेशन आपको पता है. नाउ यू गॉट
31.69.
हाँ. Therefore, C1 equal to C2 upon 4. तो कितना आएगा 31.69.
31.69.
ओके, 69 पिकोफैरेड. उनका 6 आ रहा है क्योंकि उन्होंने एक डिजिट नहीं लिया था. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड एज डिजाइनिंग ऑफ ऑसिलेटर. C1 और C2 आपने अननोन निकाले बाय यूजिंग द कंडीशन गिवन इन द प्रॉब्लम. MV दिया है तो उससे आपने ये रिलेशन निकाला, फिर फ्रीक्वेंसी के फॉर्मूले में से CT निकाला, और CT में से फिर एक अननोन कैपेसिटेंस निकाला और दूसरा अननोन कैपेसिटेंस. ओके, दिस वे वी कैन सॉल्व द प्रॉब्लम. ओके, 5 minutes आर देयर. हार्टली ऑसिलेटर ले लूं. It is just like Colpitt's oscillator. Colpitt's oscillator में we have two capacitors. Okay, in Colpitt's oscillator we have two capacitor and one inductance. और Hartley में क्या है, we have two inductance and one capacitor. उल्टा है. That is the constructional difference. So again, this feedback network will provide 180-degree phase shift. This transistor amplifier will provide 180-degree phase shift. Total will be 360. And the formula will be somewhat modified. 1 upon 2 pi, no doubt root LC only, but now capacitor is only 1. So only C is there. And here LT will be total capacitance, total inductance will be there, and this total inductance is given by L1 plus L2 plus twice M, where L1 and L2 are two coils, two inductance, and M is mutual inductance. What is it? Mutual inductance, because there are two coils, they will affect each other, and that inductance is called as mutual inductance. And the total inductance in the circuit is given by their addition plus 2 times mutual inductance. Okay, one mutual inductance due to L1 on L2, and second M for L2 on L1, effect of L2 on L1. So this way we will get that formula. So बाकी सब same है, working is also same. Let us see that circuit. अच्छा formula गया. This is that formula, 1 upon 2 pi root C into LT, total inductance. So L1 plus L2 plus twice M. This is the circuit. बाकी सब same है देखो. This is transistor amplifier. Two inductances, they are tapped, center tapped with ground, and one capacitor here. So ये टैंक सर्किट आपका थोड़ा चेंज हो जाएगा. पहले यहाँ इंडक्टेंस था, पहले, और दो कैपेसिटर यहाँ थे. राइट, अभी ऐसा है. रिप्लेस C by L. Now V out across L1, VF across, that is feedback voltage is taken across L2, output across L1. Again you are getting sustained oscillations. It's a sinusoidal form. So this is Hartley oscillator. They are named in the honor of the scientist who designed them. So in a Hartley oscillator, the feedback voltage is across L2 and output voltage is across L1. And the feedback fraction is given by Vf upon Vout. Again Vf upon Vout. जैसे हमने देखा था, Vf means feedback voltage which is across L2. So L2 के across है मतलब current multiplied by XL2, where XL2 is the inductive reactance. It is nothing but a resistance, inductive reactance. It is not pure resistance because in AC we know that it has reactance. These are the passive components which are having its own resistance. That resistance is called as reactance. So it is called as inductive reactance, capacitive reactance, like this. What is the formula for XL2? J omega L. Okay, J into 2 pi F into L. Similarly, Vout is nothing but I into XL1, where XL1 equal to J into 2 pi F. This will be XL2 and this will be XL1. So FL1, 2 pi FL1. Substitute here. XL2 की वैल्यू है आपकी J into 2 pi into F into L2 divided by J into 2 pi F into L1. तो इसमें से सब कट जाएगा. What will remain is L2 upon L1. Okay, so the feedback fraction is given by L2 upon L1. Okay, so rest the problems are there. We will solve this in next lecture. Neelam Gupta, your query is right. You can contact HOD madam. Those who are joined late, they should contact HOD madam. Okay? Neeta madam. Neeta Srivastav madam. Neeta madam. Neeta Srivastav madam. In the next lecture, we will